It's a good thing. Catch them young. Okay. Yes, so I'm going to present my screen now. And of course, just like we agreed yesterday, I'd like to hear from you guys. Tell me how to actually answer that question. But before I go on, I need someone to remind us of the question, please. What were we told to calculate from the classroom? Someone should meet their mic and remind us of the question, please. Thank you. Who wants to do that for us? Who wants to do that for us? Okay, Abisola, please guide.
Okay. The question is to calculate the total booking when special request is greater than 0.
Good. Thank you very much. So since Abisola had been able to help us read the question, let's call on Alice to direct us on how to calculate it. So Abisola, thank you. So Alice, direct us on how to calculate that metric.
Good afternoon, sir. So I didn't really hear the question well from Abisola. My network was shaking.
Oh, that means if you say you didn't hear it, well, that means you did not hear it from last class we had yesterday.
Yes, the last class I could not finish to the end because my network was bad. It was raining here, and I think it affected my network, and I've not been able to watch.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So the question is part of the assignments you had to do this week. I'm meeting yourself for a few minutes. Abisa, sorry, I muted you, Alice. I was hearing myself. Once I'm done with what I'm saying, you can turn on your mic and answer my question. So I was saying that the question is from the classroom. You find it under. I'm trying to navigate the classroom now. You will find that question under module what? Hold on, please. You see it under module 4 of week 2 of Power BI course that talks about metrics generation. So I guess I would have to go ahead and share my screen, share the classroom screen. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to do, right? I'll share my screen now, and I believe you've all seen the tables that we've created and all. So what I want us to do right now is for us to go ahead and write out the metrics that we'll be needing to answer these questions and drop the answers in the chat box. I think that's what I'm going to do. Then I begin to run the questions, your formulas one by one in the in Power BI. So the first question is the average days in waiting. We have calculated that yesterday. Then the total one says the total days in waiting. Although we agreed that these total days will not make any sense. Let me just go ahead and change it right now. So I think it's better we say the maximum days in waiting rather than saying total days in waiting as suggested by Abisola yesterday. Let me quickly edit this one before we go ahead. Adeni just joined. Hi Adeni, welcome to class. Maximum days in waiting. Yeah, Adeni.
So good evening, sir.
Yes, good day. Welcome to class.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So Adeni, before you joined, I was giving an instruction. I said
Okay,
these
sir.
are the metrics that we're supposed to calculate. We're meant to calculate in the assignment for this week that is going to due today. The first question says the average days in waiting, and we did this yesterday in the class. The second question says the maximum days in waiting. We did this yesterday in class. The third question says the average booking changes. So I like us to. I know we didn't do this one. I just skipped it. I said it's something that is easier. Everyone should be able to do. But what we do on the corner is I like you to go ahead and write out the function that we use to calculate this by correctly stating the table. So what I'm going to do is I think I'll go ahead and copy these questions. Let's copy the questions. So I'll take to Power BI so that we all remain. And if you need me to go to my table view so you can see the columns there, you just tell me that please go to the table view. I'll do that. So what we want to do, the exercise that we'll be doing in this class today is that everybody would be involved in this. We would all generate the formula or the function that we can use to answer each of the metrics. But we've answered the first two, like I said earlier. So we've answered the one for the average days in waiting. We got 2 days. Then we answered the one for the maximum days in waiting. We got 391 days. And we've calculated total number of bookings. Right. We also did although this total number of bookings is not, it wasn't part of our metrics, or maybe we've not gotten to it. But we're just gonna calculate it because I was trying to explain the calculate function. So let me drop the questions that we are supposed to answer, and I've copied it. I want to use text box to paste it here. Excuse me. So these are the questions. If you can see the questions clearly, can you give me thumbs up? Let me increase the sizes so that everyone can see it well. Aha, these are the questions. Okay. So we've done number 1, we've done number 2. Now number 3, average booking days or average booking changes. So go ahead and drop the function or the formula that we can use to calculate the average booking changes. If you need me to go to the table view to show you the column, that's maybe just to show you the column so that I can decide on the appropriate column to use for the calculations, please just let me know. I'll do that for you. So for now, everyone should go ahead. Everybody's hand should be on deck. I'll be waiting to receive your answers in the chat. The formula for average booking changes. Yeah, please go ahead. I'm giving everybody 3 minutes to answer the question, and I'll start my timer now. Once the time elapses, I'll stop you and get to receive the answers from everybody. Time is ticking.
I see the table, so I'm not the one to click on.
All right. Let me go there. So which table do you want to select?
No, I want to see the available table so that I'll.
These are the
Okay.
available tables. Which one do you want me to click on?
Okay. Yes. I want to check the quartet dimension. Okay. Mm.
Yeah, Chidima, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let me see the facts table.
3 minutes up, but I'll give you guys 2 more minutes, which makes it 5 minutes in total. 2 more minutes.
So please let me see the booking. Whatever.
You want to see
The book where the booking as in I don't know the
the
full
colon?
what yes sir.
Okay, the colon, right? So I'm scrolling, just be looking through the columns.
Yes. Okay. Booking changes. Look at
All right, guys. My injury time is up. The injury time I gave is up. So please start throwing in your answers. Go to the chat box. Winifred, please send in your answer. Abisola, Adeni, Chidima, Alice, please send in your answer in the chat box. I like to get the answer in the chat box. Abisola, well done. Thank you for your answer. Alice, thank you for the answer you sent. So as the answers are coming in, I will try it out. I'm waiting for other people's answer, please. So I'm going to copy Abisola's answer, the exact way she typed it in here. Then I'll go to Power BI and test it out. So here is Power BI, the report view. I want to create the metrics on my metrics table, the measure on my metrics table. So I'm going to right click on my metrics table and select new measure from the list, the pop-up list. Once I do that, there's nothing else, you know. The next thing is to just send in, paste the function that Bisola has created and press enter. Let's see if that will give us, oh, the function is having an error. It says to use special characters in a measure name, ensure or enclose the entire name in the brackets. and add a square brackets to any closing brackets in the same. So Abisala, do you have something to say? I see your hand is up. Go ahead, Abisala. Your mic is muted. I can't hear you, Abisala.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, I have an issue with the system. Um the microphone is not working, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, sorry
So
about that.
I think the problem is the equal to
Oh,
the
okay.
average. Yeah, you just change it to equal to.
Okay, so I'll change this to equal to and everything is good, right?
Yeah, I think so. Apart from the equal to.
Let's run enter and see now. Okay, it's no longer showing error. So let's check the value on the card. Click on card and let's check the average. So it gave us 0.21 average booking. So well, I'm going to run what's her name now? Alice's code again to see if we will obtain the same answer. Then at the end of the day, we would then decide on which one is correct if they have different answers. Okay, I've received Chidima, Adeni, and Winifred's answer. So here is Alice's average booking changes. Just copied it. Alright, click on new measure. So once the new measure pops up, I'll paste it well. This time around, I would like to put underscore Alice so that we know who has. Or let me start with the Alice, the word Alice. Alice underscore average booking. Alice, can I hit enter?
Yes, okay. No, I think before the booking changes, there should be fact table.
Okay, here right.
Before the bracket, the opening of the bracket.
Do you mean like this?
Yes, sir.
So you mean I can close enter to accept the brackets to accept the formula?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, it seems to have calculated though. Let's check the value. Yeah, strange, very strange. Oh, okay, it should work. I just remembered. So the reason why I was thinking Alice's code did not work before was because of this comma. Right? I was wondering why she put a comma there. But you can just see that the comma there represents the part of the name of the function. So as you remove the comma, it will still retain the same value, 0.21 as the average booking changes. Then who's the third person? Let's see the code for the third person. That is Chidima. Average booking. Chidima, you see made the same mistake as Alice. The same thing is Adeni, the same thing is Winifred. So don't forget that your formula must carry the table name first in Power BI, the table name first in single quotes, then cover the other. Just choose the colon on that table. Just choose the name. Just this is exactly how to represent it. Okay, so thank you very much for trying. Do anybody has anything to say before we move on to the next one? Did you want to say something? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Now, please go ahead and put in the formula the total booking where special request is greater than 0. So I'll give you 5 minutes to achieve this. Everybody, 5 minutes. And your time starts now. You have less than 4 minutes to go, everybody, please. All hands on deck. All right. Thank you guys for attempting. By my time, it's 5 minutes has elapsed. So let's begin to send in the answers in the chat. Let me see who has done that. Nobody. No. This shouldn't be the case. Please, I'd like to see the answer. So since nobody's dropping the chat, I think we'll talk about this. Let me call Adeni. Adeni, please unmute your mic and tell us what is the formula to calculate the total bookings where special request is greater than 0.
Can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear.
Okay. It should be total booking where
No,
special
tell me. I
request.
want, I want to.
Okay,
Okay,
equal
I want
to
to be typing
calculate.
it. I want to be typing it. So I go to metrics, right click on new measure. I want to call it total bookings. Total bookings. Let me just call it total bookings greater.
Equal to calculate.
Calculate. Mm-hmm.
So some fact table. Some
Sum of fact
yeah.
table. Mm-hmm.
Total sum of fact table, total
Of
request,
total request.
yeah, comma,
Sum of fact table. Where is total request?
total no total booking, I mean total booking where special request is greater than.
Okay, where is total bookings colon? Or is it the metric we calculated?
Yes now.
Okay, let's use the
Mhm.
metric we calculated. Okay. Times it's not that factor. This is total special request. We don't have total request. Another total request. So
I'm
which table will I sum?
so I'm total booking. Ah, good.
Is there a column called total booking? I can't find it too. Guys, is there a column called total booking? There's no column called total booking.
Okay, calculate some fact table
Mm-hmm.
is special request,
Is special request.
comma,
It's is special request.
comma.
Ah, now what is happening here? Why am I not seeing things? Please, guys, help me to be looking for this thing together. I'm looking for is special request. I seem not to be seeing it. Or is there no color like is special? Okay. I've seen is cancelled, is repeated guest. I have seen lead time. Ah,
But I didn't
oh,
I didn't say
wow.
it, so I said if special guess. I mean that was a mistake.
Oh, so it says some and fact table.
Yeah,
Then I should choose if special guest or is
yeah.
special guest.
If
Okay, I should type if.
yeah.
Okay, if.
I
Am I correct? Am I doing it? Am I doing it well? According to your leading, according to your instruction. Am I am
yeah,
I am
sure.
I getting it? Okay.
Yeah, yes. But
If
that if should be on double column. Special request.
okay. If special like this
Yes, sir.
request. Mm-hmm.
It's greater than 0.
So lie down in text, so I should use symbol what?
Yes, symbol.
Is greater than 0. Mm-hmm.
Then we now filter.
Okay. So I should just go and type a filter.
Yes, sir.
Filter. Mm-hmm. I'm done that, sir.
Sorry, I'm not with my laptop. But I'm checking through my phone, so that's the reason why.
Okay.
Okay. Filter. So Open bracket again.
Mm-hmm. I've done that.
Open string fast table.
The fact table. It's not showing the fact table.
Yes.
Okay, before we continue, Abisola, do you think this formula is correct? So far, I know it's not done. What do you think is the correct formula, Abisola?
I don't think so.
That's what
Okay,
I
so what do you suggest that we do?
So I have okay. So I feel like the sum should not be sum.
It should be what?
Like you maybe you the sum should be we delete, yeah. So I'm thinking in between two counts, but I'm not sure. So I have an idea in a count or count row, but I'm not sure. I
Okay,
don't know. But let's do with the counts.
okay, counts.
Yeah, count. Then you click on it, pick it,
I should
click
pick.
on the
Okay,
yeah, and no, you click on the count.
I clicked on something else.
Mm. You click
Okay,
on the count, and then you pick the fact table, the fact
mm-hmm.
table on hotel IDs,
Hotel ID. Okay,
and then 1 minute, comma,
comma.
comma. Then
Mm-hmm.
you click on the special booking.
From okay, special booking from which table?
Yeah, from the wait. Let me see how it's written directly on the fact table.
On the facts table we have what is it called, Self? I thought there was a special something.
Yeah,
Let me.
there is, but I want to look for
What is it?
the
Are you
name.
on your table? Are you on your table already?
I'm almost there. I've left the okay.
Okay,
Um, sorry, 1 minute, please.
it's fine.
Special. Okay. Um, scrolling so fast. Oh.
Can you see? Can you see
Please,
total of
anybody
special
see
request?
me?
Can you see? Can you see total of special request?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Is it there?
Yeah, I've seen it. So
Yeah.
I can
Total
go
of
ahead and
special
write
request.
total of
Yeah,
special requests. Here's it.
yeah.
So comma
Then I do. So
total
the challenge is okay. Comma total of special request. Is it showing?
uh color
Color.
is
And
not
maybe
showing.
we'll
Yeah,
pick.
it's not showing.
Maybe we'll pick fact table again because it has to appear.
Okay. See fact. See, it's not showing. When I type fact, this is what it's showing. It's not showing the tables.
I don't know,
And
but it
I
needs to appear, Mr. Namdi. And then
yes,
we'll not put
me I
greater
know.
than zero.
Me
That's
I
the
know
way it should be. But
I've seen the error, but I don't want to say it. I want someone else to say it. Or maybe you
okay,
should have see it yourself.
wait, okay. The errors.
I've
You
seen see
make
we
it as
having red, that place that's having red line, there is error between that place that the red line started from.
Okay.
Is anyone has anyone
The
seen
comma,
Abisola's
the
system?
the comma, the comma.
Uh-huh. What
Yeah,
happened to the comma?
there's space. There's space before
There's no
you write
space. Oh.
there.
There's no space. I didn't I
So
didn't I didn't leave any space.
so why is it showing this red stuff?
That's because you have not done something that you're supposed
Too
to do.
many
Around,
agreements
around,
were passed to the
uh-huh.
function. The maximum
Yeah.
agreement count for ah
One.
okay, okay.
Do you know what that thing means?
Well, I don't know. I
It's
don't
saying that
understand.
your count function only take one argument. That is,
Cannot
it takes just one colon, but you're trying to give it multiple colons.
okay, so maybe we use count row.
No,
That one, okay.
that is not the problem. It's a very simple, very small problem based on this error
Mm,
that the function takes just fewer arguments, but you
let me
give it
check.
very, very, you know. So
Uh,
the simple thing is a bracket. You omitted a bracket here, Abishola. There should be a
yeah.
bracket after the count. Close it, chicken, and that's all. That's all. That will fix your
Mm,
problem. Then fact. Yes,
yeah.
you're supposed to know all those
Yes.
things. And
Yeah.
so fact of special request greater than zero.
Greater than zero.
So
Yes.
let's run this now. Let's run this. Let's check the answer. What did you call it?
Total booking.
The answer is 56K. So please can I give Abisala a round of applause? That is correct.
Oh,
So
thank God.
we counted the ID, and the condition is that where special request is greater than zero. So that means there were 57,000 56,000 bookings which came in as a special request. Allowed together. So let's go to the fourth. Okay, Chidima, your hand is up. Let me hear your question.
Okay. So I think I did almost the same thing Alice did. Let's try that one when I to work. So that we'll know whether
Okay,
there's so many ways to kill a bird.
okay. I can't really see what you're doing, sir, but I send my phone. Where is your okay, Chidima? You've not send it now. Okay, I should try Alice's own. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes, sir. Because that's what I have too.
Ah, okay. Let's try it. But I I have a feeling that that's error. That will return an error. Let me
That
right
was fine.
click and yeah, actually, there's no harm in trying. It's not going to blow my system up. Let me just regardless. So you said calculate fact table count comma if special request. This will give us error. Last. See can you see the error? It says column count if special request gets greater than zero. In table fact table cannot be found. So this thing that you have done here, you are saying that there's a column called count comma if special request is greater than zero in this table called fact table, and of course there's no such column. So you understand. So for that, this will not work because anything you put inside the square bracket immediately after a table name is assumed to be a name of a column.
So if we go back to name it that the special requests, as in removing the
Mm,
counts, putting special requests on that count.
yeah, it will still not give you the answer. You get an error. Anytime you want to do a calculation in DAX
Mm.
using a filter, using a condition, use calculate. That was what I explained yesterday in yesterday's class, and
Yes,
that
sir.
is what exactly. Just use calculate because
Okay.
if you want to use if and the rest, it will not. It will just be keep on throwing error.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you,
this,
sir.
this I reckon this is the way um Abisola did it. Right? Here's her code again. This is here. And she just did exactly the way she did it here. She said calculate. So calculate is the function that we use for filtering. What do you want to calculate? She wanted to count the hotel ID colon. And then she's counting it based on the condition. So the condition is where facts table and where the total of special requests on the fact table is greater than 0. You understand? So someone's hand is up. Yeah, Dini, let me hear your question.
So my question is that instead of using that count, can we use some? Is it going to work?
And so some will work, right? But we are doing total bookings greater than 0. Remember what we said about the bookings yesterday? We said bookings are the different entries we have. So a particular entry on your data gives you a booking, two entries, two booking, three entries, three bookings. So if you do some will no longer be counting the total bookings. What some will be doing is it will be adding up the values that are under that particular table. Any table you specify. So if you specify the hotel ID, for instance, it will add the hotel ID, and of course, hotel ID here is not even a numeric colon. It is categorical. If let's try this one, you see to give us error to say it cannot add this column because the column is not numeric, it's categorical. Okay, sorry, I think we have used values. No, it's even categorical because we said HT001, right? I've forgotten the ID. Let me try. Let me just press enter. Aha, can you see the card that started giving me error now? It says error fetching data from this visual. See details. When I go to details, can you see what it's saying now? It said error fetching data for this visual. Um, MDX scripts model 135856 calculation error in measures metric this the function sum. I didn't look carefully. The function sum cannot work with types of values of type string. Did you see that?
Yes, sir, I'm with you, sir.
That is because that hotel ID is not numeric colon, it is string. It's string. It contains categorical values. So you can't perform addition or summation on such column. And in fact, even if it's stored, if the column stored what is it called? A numerical value, you cannot use sum because when you use sum, it's under the colon as against counting the values for each of those entry. So I didn't do you understand the reason why we have to stick to counting now? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So when I change to count and press enter, you see the value is back now. So we've calculated this one. Now let's go ahead and calculate the next metric, the ratio of total bookings to total cancellation. So first thing first, let's do total bookings. I think we've done that. This is total bookings here. Let's now do total cancellation. So we already did total bookings. So this is the formula for the total booking. This is the formula. Here's the formula. Then let's do total cancel. Do total cancellation. Once that is done, then you can now write a formula to calculate the ratio. I will, I will expect to see your responses in the chat. Total booking cancellation. Let me see total bookings. Cancel. Okay. Okay, this is reservation status. It's not booking status. Do we have any booking status? Or we use cancellation? I don't think we have anything on cancellation again. I'm waiting for your answers to drop in the chat, please. Total bookings versus total cancellation.
Hello, Mr. Nodi.
Yes, I'm with you, Abisola.
Why are you not saying anything?
Okay, so um, can I see? I've, I was waiting for responses now. I
So
got distracted. Okay.
I
Yeah, go
know
ahead,
what
please.
I should do, but where I had the problem the last time with the comma and the bracket, I'm having the same issue.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, so maybe I can call what I think the answer is, and then we can do it.
All right. So go ahead.
Okay. So from my Power BI where I'm trying to do my
Mm,
I used total cancellation since you are trying to get
mm-hmm.
the ratio between. So the ratio between total cancellation, I use um
You know
is
what? You know what? You know what ratio is, right?
yes, I know what ratio
So
I,
like,
I think.
okay, okay. Go
I
ahead.
don't
Just let me ask that question.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead now.
Um I used count. Is it correct? Before I before I
Counts.
continue. Yes.
Uh, okay. So you're counting the bookings, right? So what did you
Yes.
count? Count bookings. Let's look at the bookings. So let's look at, but there's no bookings changes. The booking changes. There is no specific column that talked about number of bookings, right? Because each entry is a booking, like I said. So if you use count, that makes sense for number of booking. Then
So
cancellation. Which column did you use for cancellation?
the is cancelled, the one we did
Aha,
that
this is here. It's
contains,
cancelled.
yeah, that
Yes.
contains cancelled or not cancelled. So that's the
Yes. So
other,
how
the
did you
second
how did you
one
do
we
is
did.
cancelled?
Uh yeah, ratio.
Let me show you guys how what I would have done if I was to be in the position to do this. I've already calculated number of total bookings. I'm satisfied. This is the number of total bookings. Can you see it? 142K. And it's actually count we did. Look at it here. We did count. Here's the function. Count of the fact table ID. That was what we did. Then to do the number of cancellation, let me create a measure for that. I'll create a measure for total cancellation. Total cancellation. Total cancellation will be equal to, I'm going to do calculate. Watch closely. Calculate what? I'll also count. I'll count. What am I counting? I'm counting the is cancelled, right? I'm counting the is cancelled, or I can count the hotel ID if I like, right? But let me just count the is cancelled. I want to count the is cancelled, but I will place a condition. What condition do I want to place? So I'll count this is cancelled colon only if the is cancelled colon is actually, so I'm placing my condition only if the fact table of the is cancelled column, right, is equal to 1, because 1 means cancelled. Am I correct? Only if this thing is equal to 1. Guys, are we together? Hello? Are we together? Chidima, Abisola,
Yes.
okay, good. So only if that is cancelled is cut one, because one means yes, it is cancelled. Zero means no, it's not cancelled. So when I run this, I will check the value on a calculator. Sorry, on a card. Insert a card. Then let's see it. Total cancellation, right? Where is it? Let me see. This is it here. Total cancellation. There are 53K total cancellation. So what I want us to do now is, how can we now represent the value as 143 ratio 53K? 143K ratio 53K. Do you understand the gist? You know how this right ratio like full colon, 143 ratio 53. That is the next thing that I want to do. How can I now put the value like that together? Right? How can I put it like that together? That's the question. 143 ratio 53, because I want to do total cancellation ratio total bookings. So I can say for every number of bookings, this is the number of cancellation we have. So for instance, if we have 5 ratio 2 at the end of the day, it will mean that for every 5 bookings, we used to have 2 cancellation. So right now we have 143K bookings, 500. So this is not the lowest term. For those people who did math, in your ratio, you have to divide to the lowest term before you present your answer. So now the question is, how do we now divide it to the lowest term and then present our answer as ratio? Does anyone have an idea? Any idea? Any idea for a gift? Terms and conditions apply. Yes. Yes, go ahead, Abisola.
Because you made mention of when you explain, you made mention of division. Like normally we want to do it in
Mm-hmm.
mathematics. So I just feel like we're going to use that same division, like divide function for the two
Okay.
cards, but I don't know how.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Does anyone have an idea of how to go about that so that we can do it together? Okay. Excuse me. So that we don't waste time, right? So that we don't waste time. Let me show you. Let me show us what to do. We are going to. We are actually going to um concatenate them. I hope you guys know the meaning of concatenation, right? Hmm? Hope you know the meaning of concatenation.
No, sir.
Ah, yeah. Kumanida for Shuke. We did concatenation in spreadsheet too. Guys, we did concatenation in spreadsheet. You guys have forgotten. Abisola, do you know the meaning of concatenation? Abisola, do you know what it means to concatenate things?
Fascinating.
Mm.
Oh, sorry.
No, no, Akpo. Anu visited our class today. She visited our class today. She forgot her mic is turned on. Anu, happy to see you on the call. How are you? So let me show you guys what I mean by concatenate. I will explain concatenate in spreadsheet. Then I will come to Power BI and see how to concatenate. Well, there are several ways to do it in Power BI, but I'll just show you one way, one method. If you are so much interested in knowing other method, you can research about it. So in spreadsheets, this is concatenate. And we've done it before, just that you guys have forgotten. So let's say we have this text. We have this text, these numbers in colon A and this text in colon B. If I want to join them together, combining them together is what is called concatenation. And there are two functions for that in spreadsheet. You can use concat. You see, concat will only concatenate two values, only two values. So I can concatenate these two. You can see it has already selected them for me. That is it. That is what I want to do. Then it will give you text 45. So what did I do? Comma A2. So B2 first, comma A2. If I want to do A2, comma B2, it will be 45 text. So when you drag the formula down, you can see it gives you all of them. But what we want to do now is this. It's in this case. So look, watch this. Let's say we have some numbers here, 120 and 30. We have this, and that. We have this and this. Okay, so if I want to concatenate these numbers in terms of ratio, watch. I'll use the function called concatenate, and not just concat, because concat can only combine two things. So I use concatenate. What do I want to concat? I want to concat this value, comma. I want to add full colon to it, comma. I also want to concat this one. So this is what I want us to do, so that it will be like 120 ratio 30. Guys, can you see that? 120 ratio 30. So what we have calculated already in Power BI, we've seen that the total booking is 140 what? Let me check my Power BI again. Total booking is 142K, 142K, and total cancellation is 53K, 53K. So I want us to first of all break 142 to the lowest term. And how do we do that? How can I make 142 go to the lowest term? Who knows? How can I make it go to the lowest term? So 142 is high now. How can I bring it to the lowest term? Any idea? We are the mathematicians in this class. Emmanuel Asuko. You are studying engineering, so you should know how to get this 142 to the lowest term. Emmanuel, your mic is muted. You know 142K is like 142,000, right? That is 142,000. Then 53K is like
Sorry, I didn't get.
53. I said, how can I break this? How can I bring these numbers to the lowest term? These two numbers, 142,000 and 53,000. How do I bring it to the lowest term? What can I use to divide each of them?
1,000.
1,000. Why don't you use 10,000 to divide each of them? Okay, 10,000 will give us 53. Let's use, if I use 1,000 to divide each of them, I will get 142 and 53, because 142 divided by 1,000, it gives us 142. 53 divided by 1,000, it gives us 53, right? So what if we divide 142 by 53? 142 divided by 53, what do we get? That will give us 2.67. Am I communicating? 2.67. So 2.67 in ratio to the nearest whole number, right? It means 3. So that is when you approximate to to the nearest whole number, that is 3:1. That's what it means. 3:1. So I don't know if anybody is confused. If you are following me, I'm trying to approximate it to the nearest whole number. That will give us 3, then 1. So what do I mean? It means that if I multiply 53 by 3, I should obtain a number that is close to 142. Let's try it. 53 times 3 is what? That will give us, you can see, 159. So although it's bigger than 142, why is it bigger? Because I did approximation. Are we following? Because I did approximation. That is why it's bigger than that value. So that's what it is here. That is what it is here. So it's an approximate value we're working with. So this is what you will definitely obtain at the end of the day. But how do we obtain this? Okay, that's the next question. How do we obtain this? Because if so, look at it. If I want to obtain this again, if I say let me divide this guy by 100 and this one by 100, 142 divided by 100 will give me 1.42, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 53 divided by 100 will give me 0.53. Is that
Mm-hmm.
correct? So when you approximate this one, this is 1 and this is going to be 1 also. So you can see if I do 1:1, it doesn't make sense. But if you do this approximation, it makes more sense. So how do we now do all these calculations that I've done here in Power BI and then make it presented in this way, make it presented in the form of 3:1? That's what we want to do right now in Power BI. So we should have 3:1. So let's get back to Power BI and get it done together. I'll go back to Power BI. Let's see how to get it done there using our metrics that we've calculated. All right. So first of all, I'll start by calling the metric. I'll call the metric booking cancellation ratio. I'll call it booking cancellation ratio. Booking cancellation ratio. This is equal to, so equal to what? Let this be equal to so I want to go down. I want to go down to the next line. Control enter. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to do shift enter, shift enter. So I want to go down to the next line. So now I will be doing some variable declaration. Or okay, let me just do some variable declaration. So if you want to declare variable in power in DAX, you start with var. Okay. Already we've calculated the total cancellation, right? So I want to do the fraction of total cancellation or total bookings. Let me call it fraction, total booking fraction. Let me call it total booking fraction. Total booking fraction. So what will be the total booking fraction? That is going to be equal to the total booking we have done. We already have total booking as a metric. So I'll just call total booking that I've calculated, total booking. This is it here, total number of booking divided by, what does I want to divide it by? Okay, I'll use the round function. Sorry, I'll use divide function. Divide, there's a function called divide. Divide total booking by 100. Okay, divide total booking by 100. So first of all, let us, okay, before I hit enter, what answer are we going to get when I divide total booking by 100? What will I get as my answer?
1.42.
1.42. Good. So, but I want to use the whole number. Okay, if I do it this way, I will still get 1:1. And I don't want us to have 1:1. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I will divide the total booking by the total cancellation. Yes, I think it's better I will do it that way. Total booking by total cancellation. Here is it. So this is what I'm going to do. Total booking divided by total cancellation. Okay. So let's now return. So whenever you're using variable, you can always use a return function. So let's return. What do I want to return? I want to return the total booking. I'm not done. So enter. Let me return total booking. So I'm going to say return the total booking for now. When I'm done, I will explain. Return total booking fraction. Where is it? Total booking fraction. Enter. So let's see that value on a card first before we continue. Let's see the value on a card. So that value on a card that we're going to see, where is it? Where is the value? Where is it? Total. What does I even call itself? What did I call that metric that I just calculated?
Booking cancel
Okay, booking.
cancellation
Yes, thank you.
ratio.
This is it. So we have 2.69, and that was the value we got in Excel, 2.6, 2.679 to that long value. So we have it as 2.69. So this is the ratio in decimal, but I want us to have it as I want us to have it as something ratio something. Do you understand? 3:1, for instance. Okay. Now, how do I present it in that format? So watch carefully. So instead of returning, let me get back to the function. So instead of returning booking the total booking fraction, which is what we are seeing here, I want that value to be returned as a fraction. So I will round it. All right. I will round it down. Sorry, I will round it up. There's a function in Power BI called round in DAX. So watch what I'm going to do. I will say round. This is round up. So there is round. Let's see what round does. So rounds a number to a specified number of digits. See round down. Let's come to round down. Um, round. So so round down does what? Round down will return. It runs a number down towards 0, but round up does what? Rounds a number up towards 0. That's what round up does. Rounds a number up away from 0. So we are going to round this one up. Let's round it up. Let me round it up. And what happened? Total booking fraction. So when we round up, let me hit enter. Just watch this value. This value should change to 3 when I hit enter. What just happened? Okay, sorry. I think it was supposed to number of digits. I think it was supposed to
Total
collect two
booking.
things. Yes, I want to use just one digit. I want to round it up to one digit. Okay, so this one gave me 2.7 number of digits. I just want how many digits? Let me say 2. I'm coming. Let me just try out something. If I say 2, no, 0. Aha, good. This is what I'm looking for. So you can see now it has rounded it. It has rounded it what? Rounded it up. Okay, good. So, but what if we do round down? Let's see if we do round down. Let's see what we'll get. Round down, round down of 0. This one should give us 2. Do you see it? That is 3:2. Okay, 3:2. But I want to do 3:1. All right. So this is 3:2. Well, let us do the round down and the round up rather. Round up. Round up to 0 digits. Perfect. Now, what we have done, I've gotten the first part of the ratio I want. Now I need the second part of the ratio, which should be 1. Okay. So what if I divide? Let me just change this formula. Let me change this. Let me bring total bookings to this side and take total cancellation to this side. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm dividing total cancellation by total bookings. So I'm doing the opposite, and I'm going to round up. Let's see what we get. You can see we have the answer as 1. Guys, do you understand what I just done? So I've done the round up and round down. But I mean, I've done total bookings divided by total cancellation. I've also done total cancellation divided by total booking. I just showed you the sample, but right now I will now implement it. So I call this total booking fraction, right? Let me return it back the way it was for total booking fraction. Okay, I'll copy this formula because I'll need this one actually. This total booking fraction. So I'll return this one back to where it was before. I'll cut this and return it here. Then cut this and return it here. So I need another variable. I need another variable called the total cancellation fraction. Total cancellation fraction. So total cancellation fraction will be the opposite. It's going to be, it's going to be total cancellation divided by total booking. That is the opposite I'm going to use. Divide total cancellation by total booking. So what do I want to return now? So I'm going to return the string. Like now, this is where I will concatenate. But I'll be concatenating them using the format function as a function called format. Format what? So what do I want to format? I want to format the round of this value I've calculated, right? Comma, using the string hash, comma. So there is this function hash, comma, hash, hash, 0. All right. So this is the format that one can use to present this. Let me just run this. I'll explain this later. Then close the bracket. And that's not all. And when I concatenate in Power BI, I use this ampersand symbol, and what? And full colon, then, and that's ampersand symbol. And I'll be returning the same thing, but let me just copy this entire formula here. Copy the format of what? This time around, I want to return the format of total cancellation fraction. Copy, paste it here. Okay, so let's hit enter first and see what we'll get. Can you see the answer? 3:1. And that's how to do it. Does it make sense or is it confusing? Chidima? So I'm seeing thumbs down like this. What is happening here?
I think
It looks
it needs some digesting. We need to digest it, yeah, because
It
there's a
looks
lot of
complicated,
things
right?
new.
A lot of things, yeah. I agree
Yeah,
with
that
you.
is new. Mm.
I agree with you. Chidima, you wanted to say something?
our course rep has spoken my mind.
Because rep. So it's actually some logic that I did here. I just did some logic. So I did the calculation. Let me show you what I did in a spreadsheet, so that you guys can maybe help. Maybe that will help you assimilate it a little bit. So this is what I did in spread. Let me show you how I did it in spreadsheet. Now we know we have the values, right? We have 142K and 153K. So the one I called, watch this. The one I called total booking fraction. The way I did total booking fraction, I said equal to 143 divided by 53. So I got this value. Are you following? I got this value, right? But I rounded it up. I also did a round. Let me add a round function. Round, there's also a round function here in sheet. Round, what do I want to round it? I want to round it to how many decimal places? 0 decimal place. So I got this value, 3. Do you understand? I did H2 divided by I5, sorry, H5 divided by I5 for the total booking fraction. Then I now calculated total cancellation fraction. So what did I do in the case of total cancellation fraction? I just did an opposite of the division, right? So let me just copy this formula and paste it down. So I did an opposite of the division. So instead of saying H5 divided by I5, I said I5 divided by H5. And I rounded it to 0 decimal place, and it gave me, sorry, I rounded up. I hope there's round up in this thing. I'm okay, yes, there's round up. Rounded up, and it gave me 1. Okay, enter. So you can see I rounded up, it gave me 1. So That was what I did in Power BI in using DAX. I calculated the total booking fraction by saying the bigger number divided by the smaller number, and I rounded it up to get 3. Then I calculated total cancellation fraction by saying the smaller number divided by the bigger number, and I got 3. I said, and I got 1. Then I now used a function called format. Okay, that function called format. If you wanted to present any decimal in a particular format, you use this particular code, hashtag, comma, hashtag 0, and close it. That is the code. That is the code you are going to use to make any decimal number, right, be formatted as just a string so that I can put things together. Okay, so that is what format does in DAX. That format with this code. Just don't forget that the way format works is just like the way text works. The way text works in Google Sheets. That's how format works. So the text function in spreadsheet is similar to the format function. This text function, it will take number and a format. It can take a number. Let's say I want to give you this number, and I want to give you this format. Hashtag, right, comma, hashtag 0, and then I close my brackets, and then equal to. Do you see what it does? So it just make it into 1142,000,000. That is what the text function we do in spreadsheet. So it's the same way the format function works in DAX. So format function and text function are similar, very similar functions. They work similar way. So that was the idea, that was the logic I used to present my metric to be in terms of ratio 3:1. And now this now makes a lot of sense. So one can simply read it as for every 3 booking, there is 1 cancellation. So 3:1 means that for each 3 bookings that the hotel has, 1 we have a cancellation. So that is all those statistics you read that for every five women in the world, just like what this lady said, obviously the last time I met her, that statistics shows that for every 5 women in the world, as if for every ten women, three women were abused sexually in the world. For every 10, 3 women. So what that would be in terms of metric would be 10:3. So 10:3 means that for every 10 women in the world, any 10 women you pick, 3 out of those 10 must have been sexually abused one way or the other. Okay, that was what she told me the last time I had a conversation with her. So if you want to present it in terms of metric, it's going to be 10:3. So when you see those ratio you learned in primary school, right? This is where you start applying it. In case you have never applied it in your life, you start applying it here in calculating metrics, and then you can make sense or interpret it for someone to understand what it means. But for you to make it presented in terms of formula, this is one way you can do it, just the way I did it here in Power BI. Isn't DAX? Does it make sense? Are there questions? Are there questions, my brethren? Yes, I didn't go ahead.
But sir, can I ask you something, sir?
Yes, please.
This one you said we should submit the assignment this night. Can you just give us to today? Maybe we can submit by 12 tomorrow, before 12 tomorrow, because so we need to digest this thing sincerely. I need to rewatch this thing. So that's the reason why
Ah,
I'm pleading, sir. Please.
so, no, Allah, it's for your own good because materials will be released again tomorrow, and it all depends on how much time or effort you put in.
Yeah, sure, we'll submit it, sir.
Okay, so and again, the good thing is that all the questions have been answered in these live classes. So it's just for you to watch and then replicate. It's as straightforward as that. So we've gotten metrics 1, 2, 3, 4. Now matrix 5 says, okay, I think we've done metric 5, right? The next one is cancellation rate. What is rate? How do we calculate rate? After that cancellation rate, then we can now start visualization. So let me, this is fine. So this number, Actually, I don't need it. I only need it to calculate it so I can delete it from my card. Total booking. Do I need it? Let me leave it first. Maybe we'll use it. Average booking changes. Okay, we needed that one. Total booking for city. No, we don't need this one. I will delete it. Except I want to have it later. I can bring it back. It's not a problem. I will delete this one. I don't need it. Then total cancellation. Well, since we have to booking ratio cancellation, do we actually, well, let me leave this one first. Maybe we might just put it in our visualization. So let's calculate the last one, which is cancellation rate. So can someone tell me how do we perform cancellation rate? I don't need these dates. Let me take them out. We only needed them to calculate our dates column. How do we calculate cancellation rate? Can someone help us out? How do we calculate cancellation rates? How do you calculate rates? Cancellation rate is something as rate of cancellation. Who wants to help us out? Emmanuel, your voice hasn't been heard in this class today. Do you want to try? How do I calculate rate of cancellation? You're a mathematician. You're studying, is it civil engineering, or mechanical engineering, or electronics, or aeronautic engineering? So as an engineer, you should know all this math. Or am I wrong? Or are you not an engineer? Man has not even seen anything. You just allow me to be talking. You don't want to respond to me. Emmanuel, are you there? Ah,
Sorry, sir. Good evening. Sorry, sir. So my network is
yes.
a little bit faulty, and it's like rain is about to fall here. So I don't know. I was trying to like close
No problems.
everywhere.
So
I didn't get
I was
the
asking,
question.
how do we calculate cancellation rate? If you are given a data on cancellation, how do you calculate the rate of cancellation?
So I think maybe somebody can help me out.
No, Emmanuel, you should try. You should try. You're an engineer now. Are you not studying engineering?
As I'm not studying engineering, it's public health.
Oh, public health.
Mm.
All the while I was thinking you were studying engineering, but it's not bad now. You did rates in school. I taught you rates, man. I taught you rates in school. Yes, I remember. I taught you ratio. I taught you ratio. Okay. Let me announce to you guys. Emmanuel was
So
my
somebody
student.
should just help me out.
No, 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 no. I wanted to use that thing I taught you, right? I remember vividly. I taught Emmanuel rates and ratio in JSS2.
Mm.
I remembered clearly when Emmanuel was in JS, so I taught him rates and ratio. So yeah, that thing I taught you then. Let us have it now. Oh yeah, give me back now. Oh yeah, I want to hear you. Don't put my hands down, please. Don't put my hands down. Try, try, try.
Mm. Okay, contribution rates. So I'm not sure.
So
Somebody should just help me.
okay.
Mm.
Um Chidima, do you want to help him out?
Have you closed everywhere?
So rate, Emmanuel, you can mute yourself now. So what is rate actually? Actually, what is rate? In the real sense of it, Chidima, how can you describe rate?
Mm, I think in my own, I don't really know how to put it to, because I'll
Mm,
end up defining it with the name again, rate. As in the
okay.
total number of time this
Uh-huh.
thing occurred, the
Uh-huh.
cancellation occurred, the total number of
Yes.
time. As in it
Yes.
has to do with the total number of cancellation over time and it's occurred.
Yes. Ah, ah. But actually, it's like it's like a mathematics teacher. Oh. That's actually very correct. That's very correct. But since okay, so what we'll do here is let's do the rates in terms of the cancellation. We've done we've done ratio of booking to cancellation. Okay, is this same values, this same 142 and 53 that we're going to use to calculate the cancellation rate. So the cancellation rate is going to be the total number of cancellation we recorded over the total number of booking times 100%. If you want to make it in percentage now, but if we want to leave it as just a rate, we can decide not to divide by 100. So it's going to be total number of cancellation divided by total number of booking. That is the rate. We can decide to show it in terms of percentage if we like. We can decide to leave it in terms of rate. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. That is very, very simple. Very, very simple. So this cancellation rate, I would create a measure for that. New measure. Then cancellation rate is equal to, now I can use forward slash to divide two things. Okay, but in DAX, it is very, very advisable to always use divide. Do you know why? Okay, I think let me just demonstrate something for you so that you can see. Watch this. I can divide 45 by 9 using just 45 forward slash 9. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Good. 45. I can just do this division, 45 forward slash 9. So what is 45 divided by 9? We should get 5, right? So I press enter on my keyboard. And let me see the value on a card. That is not cancellation rate. So I just want to explain the difference between using forward slash and using what divide. So this we got 5.0, which is actually correct. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Good. So I can use the divide function also. Just watch what will happen. I can see the divide function. Divide, I can say divide 45, comma, 9. So instead of using forward slash, I'll use comma. So divide, so any number you have as first will be the number at the top. Then the second number will be the number at the bottom. If I press enter, just watch this card. Did you notice any change? No. It's still the same answer, which means that both forward slash and divide will give you the same answer. But let me now come and show you the advantage of using divide over using forward slash. Watch. Now, if I say 45 divided by 0, what happens? 45 divided by 0. Enter. Let's look at the card. Watch the card. What did he say? Infinity. Infinity. Infinity means it is undefined. That value is undefined. But what if I say divide 45 by 0? Let's see what will pop up. Divide 45 using divide instead of saying forward slash by 0. Enter. What did it show you? Blank. So that infinity is like math error. If you carry your calculator and do 45 divided by 0, you get math error. Math error. So the infinity is like math error. So we don't want to see those math error. So what divide does is that instead of giving you math error, divide will just give you blank. It will not return anything as against returning math error. That is why it's always advisable to use divide function when you're dividing two things instead of using the forward slash method. Guys, you know the difference between using divide and forward slash? Using divide function and the operator, the divide operator. So the forward slash is divide operator. The divide is the function. Am I communicating, please? I would like to see reactions. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Very good. All right. So now I'll use the same divide function to divide the cancellation. We have already calculated the cancellation. We have the metric. So I'll just call the metric that I've calculated total cancellation. I'll divide total cancellation by total bookings. And we've gotten the value already before. We've done it before. Total cancellation by total bookings. And this is going to be the cancellation rate, which is what? 0.37. That is the cancellation rate. Shikenan. The cancellation rate is 0.37. And this means that the cancellation increases, yeah, by at the rate of 0.37. If you want to see it in terms of percentage, just go ahead and choose this percentage. You can see, just click on this percentage decorator and it tells that there is a cancellation rate of 37.22%. If you want to reduce the number of decimal places so that it's just one decimal, you can say there's a cancellation rate of 37%, 37% cancellation rate. Do you understand, guys? That is a 37% cancellation rate, which is actually a very huge number. If you think of it, it's high. That cancellation rate is high. 37% is actually high. Does that make sense? So with this, we have eventually covered all the metrics that you were supposed to answer. And I think I deserve one bottle. I deserve one bottle for doing this for you guys. Because we've actually answered, or in fact, you guys have learned a lot too. You guys have learned a lot. The previous cohort, they weren't this opportune to learn a lot of these things that I taught you people about creating measures and metrics. They had to be learning it themselves. But here I've taken my time to explain everything, showing you how to calculate and the rest. So I believe that you guys will be better pro when it comes to metrics and DAX. So let me delete this since we're done using it. Let me just take it out of this place so that we can start creating our chart. The next thing is start creating charts. So chart is always the last thing you will do when you are creating a dashboard in using Power BI. It's the last thing that you're always going to do because that is the most simplest thing. Okay, creating chart is just the last one. So let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, so now let me just quickly reiterate the process. Remember that when we got our data set, what was the first thing? Can someone just tell me the process? Let me hear from you guys. I've been speaking since. It's time for you guys to talk. Emmanuel, at least you should be able to answer this question now. Let me hear from you. Can you recall the processes that we have taken so far up to this point, Emmanuel, in this project that we're working on? Emmanuel, please be fast.
So I can't, but my network has been having issues, so I'll need to go back to the recorded this thing again.
No, nah, I'm not talking about you. Just tell me the process, the count, like the different things we have been doing, not in today's class. Like step one, what did we do with data? We imported. Step two, what did you do? Step three, what did you do? That's what I want to hear from you. At least you've been following the class.
Okay. From this class or generally when it
Not
comes to
generally Power BI. When it comes to Power BI, creating dashboard in Power BI.
so we started from using Power Query.
Was that the first thing? That wasn't the first thing.
Okay, we imported our
Good. Perfect.
data.
That's the first thing.
Yes, we
Yes, one.
published it and then we imported it
Yes,
through the
that's the
web.
first step.
Then we started working on each of the tables.
What is that term called? What is it called? There's a word for it.
We loaded our data, then was it load?
Yes, we loaded. That is important. Load, important, something.
Yeah.
So when we go to Power Query, what is the essence of going to Power Query? What is Power Query meant for?
To edit our work.
Is it edit? Is that the right word? Who wants to help Emmanuel? The right word is not edit. Transform. Yeah, Abisola. Let me hear Abisola, even though he has mentioned it.
He said it. He said it already. Transform
Yes.
and
Good.
clean. Yeah.
And clean, beautiful. We're transforming and cleaning data set in Power Query. Then after that, what was the next step, Emmanuel?
On the Power Query editor.
No, at least you've said what we did there. We did transformation and cleaning. So after that Power Query editor, what was the next step?
We went to modeling.
Modeling, beautiful. After modeling, what was the next thing?
Then DAX.
DAX, awesome. So thank you very much, Emmanuel. Guys, this is what we call the life cycle, the different processes that are involved in completing a data visualization tasks. The first thing you want to do is to have your questions or have your data sets. Either anyone can come first. It is either questions to come first, then you use the questions to get your data set, or data set to come first, then you use the data set to get your questions. Okay. You need the bottom line is that you need a question in mind so that to guide you through, because all these metrics I'm calculating that we're calculating here, if we haven't created questions at the beginning, I wouldn't have known the metrics to create. If we hadn't created questions from the beginning, I wouldn't have known how to perform my cleaning and transformation and the feature engineering. So the questions are important. So once you have your questions and your data sets, the next step is to import it into Power BI. Okay. After importing it into Power BI, the next step is to go into transformation, go and transform it. Do your cleaning, your transformation. You start by observing the data set, clean, drop nulls or replace some values. Just do all necessary cleaning. And again, in real life, nobody will tell you how to clean your data set. What will guide you in the way you're going to clean your data set is your your business questions and together with the data dictionary. Okay, so once you're done with your cleaning and transformation, the next phase will then be to do your modeling. That is if the data set comes in different dimensions. So sometimes modeling phase will be taken out if it's just one table. If because of course it's very possible. I've worked on several projects that just has one table, just one table. So I don't have to do any data modeling. Okay. But if there are different dimensions, then you have to do your data modeling and ensure that the relationships are created and they are created in the right sense. After that, then you now come into Power BI and start creating your metrics. Sometimes you might need to create calculated columns like we did. Sometimes you might need to create calculated tables like we did for our date dimension. And most times you have to create calculated measures. You create as many measures as depending on the metrics you want to track. Then once you're done with that, the next thing is now visualization, which is what you are going to start. Now we have just 8 minutes to talk about visualization. We have very, very rich videos in the classroom that I expect everyone of you to go and use to learn more on visualization. Okay. So to start the visualization, you will need to plan. This is where you now plan. How do you want your dashboard to look like? You can create a mock-up. A mock-up is just like the planning of your dashboard. You say, okay, I want my cards to be arranged here. I want to place this chart here, the other one here. I want to put my title here. Decide on how it will look like. Then you then go back to your business questions. Very, very important. This is the reason why we said you should have your business questions. So I will go to the business questions in the classroom and then begin to show you how you can create your visualizations from your business questions. So let me share my entire screen to be able to do that. I'll just by showing you sample, and I expect that every one of you can then complete your dashboard. Yeah, remember you're submitting this dashboard by next week. So all dashboard has to be ready between now and next week, Saturday. So I thought, okay, it's like I restarted this computer. I thought my classroom, okay, yeah, hey, I said it, the classroom is open. This is the classroom. So let's go to the questions that so once you're done with this, you submit the DAX before you continue. Let's go to the questions that we are meant to answer for the ones I have here in my class. Visualization. I think that is you will see the questions next week, but let me just show you a glimpse of the questions. Yeah, the instructions. Project documentation. I should have the question somewhere. Submission. Aha, okay. I think where did I see the question? Where did I have the question? Uh Sorry, I'm trying to look for my own question because you guys have your questions. So it's your questions that you're going to use to do whatever I'm going to show you now. Where are the questions? Where are my questions? Oh my. I think I have discarded the questions from this classroom. It was here the last time I checked. Last time I checked, it was here. Okay, I think this is it here. Yeah, great. This is it here. Yeah, this is it here. Ah, no, this is GitHub. This is not it. Or is it here? Let me see first. No, it's not here. This is not the project. This is a different project. The question should be somewhere. Should be somewhere. Instructions. Aha. No. This one is a book. Aha, this is it here. Good. These are the questions and insights. Yes. Good. So, for instance, if I want to answer the question of trends over time, right? How was the total number of recorded crimes? Oh, sorry, this one has to do with crime. This is not for this particular project. But let's say I want to answer the question of trend over time. How was booking? How did booking? How was the booking? Hotel booking? Yeah. Uh, 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 how was the hotel booking changed over time? Yes. How was the hotel booking changed, or how has the hotel booking changed over time? Now, to answer that question, anything that has to do with dates, data, it is always advisable to show it using this card. Watch this, sorry, using this line chart. Line chart. So if you want to see the trend of booking over time, I will click on the line charts. Already, we have calculated total bookings. This total number of booking, we have it already. So I will use total booking that we have calculated and the dates. So let me go and check for, let's check the date, the booking date under the facts table. So what is our booking date? Reservation dates. We have two date tables, two date columns. Reservation and what? There were two of them. Reservation and, okay, let's use reservation. So I'll say, I'll check the box for reservation and total booking. Let me go to my metrics. I have selected reservation date here, right? That is the reservation day status. I've selected the reservation day status here, and I'll go to my metrics and choose total number of bookings. And let's see how that will reflect on the chart. Can you see the way it has reflected on the chart? So this is the trend. Now, what is the trend? It means that in 2014 was the year they recorded the least, the lowest booking. And let's say, and that could be because of, maybe that was when they launched as in service. So over the years, the booking started increasing. You can see the increase in the booking, and up to 2016, there was an increase up to 2018. And then we had a spike in 2019, a drastic spike of in the rate of booking in 2019. But when it comes to 2020, again, it started dropping in 2020. Do you see what we call trend? That is trend. Whenever you are showing a line, any date related column or date related data, use the trend. Now I can drill down. See, next, go to the next level in your hierarchy. I can drill down to quarter. So it has shown us the quarter, the trend in the quarter. So in Q1, so if you look at it, it was in Q3, they had the highest booking. In Q3, in the third quarter, and you can decide to look at the month. January, February, March is first quarter. April, May, June, then June, July, August. So it's between June, July, August, and that makes sense actually. So if you are telling your story, if you are presenting, I'm giving you guys hints now. Okay, say in third quarter they recorded the highest booking rate, and that could be because of holiday period, because long holiday usually fall within that time, and that's possibly the reason why they had that high. You can drill it again to go down into the month. Do you see the power of visualization? So I can see the kind of the trend in terms of month. So which month? And again, in July was when they recorded the highest sales between July and then, although it dropped, but in the trend, you can see it shows us from January to February to March to April. This is like up and down trend. And your month should always be arranged in chronological order. The same thing with your years, the same thing with your quota. In fact, anything date related. So this is how to present a data that has to do with date related data. So if in your business question you have anything that has to do with dates, please use your line chart. Use line chart or area chart, depending. They are the same thing. The difference is that area chart is shaded under, but for line chart, under is not underneath is not shaded. That's just the difference. But they give you almost the same, and they give you the same interpretation or the same insight in your data set. So that's what I would have done if I was to create this. If my question has to do with date related column, I would do that. Then let's say I want to do something on categories. I want to see what is the percentage of the booking they had for the two hotels, that is City uh, Hotel and Resort Hotel. I want to see what percentage of booking City Hotel has, and what is the percentage of booking Resort Hotel has. To answer that question, I will only need to create a pie chart, because there are just two categories, city and resort. Whenever you want to display, compare two categories or two or three categories, or let's say two, three, four, the max, you can use either a donut chart or a pie chart. They're the same thing. They are both the same thing. The difference is just that for donut, it has circle within, it has a hollow shape, but pie chart is all plain. So I always prefer donut over pie chart. So I'll click on donut chart. Watch this. Once you click on donut chart to insert your chart, the next thing you want to do is to go ahead and look for the hotel column. So we have the hotel dimension column, which is this one, right? So I want to see the hotel, not ID, the hotel, against the total number of booking. Where is it? Metrics, hotel against total number of bookings. So how many bookings do we have in resorts and how many bookings do we have in city? Can you see it now? So from here, you can see it clearly that City Hotel has the highest booking compared to the resort hotel. City Hotel has 65.59%, while Resort Hotel had just 34.41%. I can see it from the slice of this pie chart or of the donut chart. So with this one, you can answer your business if you had such business question. What is the distribution of the number of bookings across the two hotels? So you can say, oh, City Hotel has higher bookings compared to Resort Hotel. Then, if you want to answer the question, if you have multiple categories, let's say you have a column that has multiple categories, more than five, and you want to see distribution across those categories. Let's see such column. Which column has multiple categories from our dimensions? Okay, location. Aha, location has. So let's say I want to look at the region, beautiful. I want to see the top regions that had highest booking. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I will show that chart using my clustered bar chart. I will insert a clustered bar chart, right? Then I'll go to my location dimension. I'll check the box for region. Then I can do region, I can do country name if you like, you can do continent, depending on the perspective or the dimension I want to see your data. Then I will still work on go to metric, the same total booking. You can imagine that the three charts I've created, I've always been using total booking. So once I do that, watch what happens. We have created a distribution of the region, and from this place, you can see clearly that Southern Europe has the highest recorded booking, followed by Western Europe, Northern Europe, Eastern Europe, and the list is this Polynesia. Okay, and from this you can see that your data has some blank values. You can do a filter to say don't show blank values from this filter here. Okay, you can come to the filter and say, please, I don't want to see blank values. Just take it out. Or I want to see all except blank. So when you do that, it has filtered out the blank because we don't want to see blanks in your chart. So whenever you have blanks in your chart and you have done everything possible, you know that the blank cannot be touched, tampered on. You cannot drop it. That is how to filter out any blank. So with this, you now have a distribution of the countries by their region. Let's say you're not interested in seeing all the countries. You want to see just the top five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or let's say the top eight. You want to see the top eight bookings. So how do you can also do it under filter. When you come to filter, you will go to filter total number of booking. And how do you want to do the filter? I want to filter top N. There is one option here that has top N. I'm coming. Let me see. how do I want to apply my filter? Where is it? Where is it? Where is top N, top N, top N? Let me see. Less than, nope. It's less than, nope. Add filter for not blank. I can't see top N here. Total number of booking. Add fields. Let me try to add fields and see if I can. Oh no, it's not allowing me to add fields. Okay, so maybe I'll, oh sorry, I didn't select my chart. Let's go back. The card is actually selected. Okay, there's a particular option I used to have top N. Maybe later I'll show us that one. When you choose top N, then to allow you to choose top, that N can be 10, top 10, top 5, top 4, top 3, anyhow you would like to see it. So this is how you then begin to create your charts. Now in those videos on creating charts, I have explained the different type of data that are suitable for different types of charts. They've all been explained here in that video. And since you have location data, you can also create a map. Okay, you can also create a map of your data. So I have created, I just chose the map card chart. Then but for your map to work, there's something you have to do. See the steps. It says map and field map visuals are disabled. To enable them, go to file, options and settings, options, global security. So if you want to enable your map and visuals, let me show you quickly. Come to file, come to options and settings, then go to options. Then once it opens up the options dialog box, then you go to global, go to, where is my global? Sorry, go to security. Then under security, you find, this is it here. It's already checked on in my own case. You have to check this box here for map and field maps. Once this box is checked on, you can then go ahead and do visualization. So let me look at location data. I would like to see the location of, okay, I'd like to see location of, let me use country code for my location. And number of metrics is supposed to show. But I don't know why my map hasn't been working very well these days. I don't have any idea of why it's doing this, because I noticed this some time ago. But I would definitely find a way to figure out why that isn't working well later. But that is how to actually check it out if you want to create a map visualization. Okay. So guys, that is that about that. That is all we are going to do in today's class. Except there are questions, you are free to ask your questions. Otherwise, this is where we'll be drawing the curtain. And I'd like to say thank you all for joining today's class. Are there questions? Are there questions? All right. I guess there are no questions, right? Okay, Chidima wants to ask a question. Chidima, please go ahead.
Hello, sir.